Hey guys, today I wanted to share with you a story, something that happened to me a while ago. I've been seeing a lot of Storytime videos on YouTube, so I thought I would join in on the fun. And this is crazy what happened to me, and it was so scary. And hopefully, if you listen to my story, hopefully it will save you from experiencing the same thing or something worse. So let's jump right in. So when I was about 19, I got my first car and it did not have power locks. So I had to manually lock the door, getting in and out. And I had the car for about 2 weeks and I was trying to get in the habit of always locking the door as soon as I got in the vehicle before going anywhere. And sometimes I would arrive at my destination and I'd go to open the door and I'd see that I hadn't locked it and I think, oh, okay, note to self, lock the door, It's just a good habit to be in. I know a lot of cars these days automatically lock once you start driving. Even if that's the case, it's a good idea and good habit to just lock the door as soon as you get in. It could save your life. About 2 weeks after having my car, I went to the mall one evening with a girlfriend and we parked on the upper floor of like a parkade style parking lot. So we were at the very top, out in the open, met up with her inside the mall, went shopping, had a great time. We ended up staying late at the mall. We actually closed down the last store we were in. We stayed like an extra 15 minutes. I remember the girls working there were so nice. They were like, no worries. And we were buying like feather boas or something. It was probably like for Halloween because it was in October. Not really sure what we were doing, but having a great time nonetheless. So we leave the mall, we go outside and we're standing just outside the mall doors. We're looking out over the parking lot, it's dark. There's not a lot of lighting. There's a few cars, but it's pretty much empty. There's no one around. And I'm like, oh, where did you park? And she points over there. She goes, I park right beside you. And I look and there was the same car parked beside her, but it wasn't my car. I was actually parked at the back of the lot, like on the opposite side, fronted in. So I would have to like back out and then go. So we're like, oh, okay. And my girlfriend and I at the time, we were always so smart safe. Like we would always say, okay, I'll watch you walk to your car, call me when you get home. If one of us was leaving the house, we'd watch, make sure they get in the, we always took safety precautions. And this night we didn't. So we said our goodbyes right out front of the mall and went our separate ways. And I remember as I walked to my car, I'm holding some shopping bags, and it popped into my mind that I should swing my arms because I had read an article about if you swing your arms and you focus on where you're going versus like walking around looking nervous, it makes you look stronger and it makes you look more confident and like you're not scared and you're not weak, essentially. So I was swinging my arms, I had my key in my hand ready to unlock the door, get in. So I make a beeline for my car, unlock it, get in, shut the door, lock the door. I had left my cell phone charging under the seat in the car. I would never go anywhere without my cell phone now. I would never leave my cell phone in my car. But the point is they always tell you, get in your car and drive off. Don't sit there, don't reply to texts, don't start surfing Facebook. Just get in your car, turn it on and drive. I did not do this. I'm digging under my seat, looking for my phone. I finally get my phone, but before I had a chance to look up, something startled me and I looked out the side of my window and there was a man standing there. And I was so scared. I was like, oh my God. And he was probably 10 years old. He was like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? I'm kind of looking around. It's pitch black. There's no one around. When I had walked to my car, there was no one around. I looked in my rearview mirror, there was no one around. I'm like, where did this guy come from, And this is all processing in a matter of seconds. And he's like, hey, open your door, trying to coax me to just open your door a little bit. And I remember he was holding this big Pepsi drink, the kind of cup you would get at a drive-through. Just standing there all casual. And he was a pretty good looking guy, to be honest. And I just sat there frozen. When they say you're frozen in a moment and you think you're not frozen, you could have done something? I was frozen. Finally, I snapped out of it and I just said no. And he okay, no worries. He's talking to me through the window, so it's pretty loud. So he's just backing up, no worries, okay. I frantically start the car, I back up, I peel out of there. As I'm driving through the empty parking lot, I look in my rearview mirror and I can see like a group of guys that he's walked back to. There was like 5 or 6 of them standing by this one vehicle, and they were not there when I walked past that vehicle. So they were watching me the whole time. And when I went to bed that night, as soon as I shut my eyes, I realized what had gotten my attention to look up and see him standing there, and it was that he had tried my door handle. So it was such a scary experience, and thankfully nothing came from it. You know, I'm okay and nothing bad happened, but it just really goes to show how important it is to protect yourself and be safe and be street smart. Lock your car doors as soon as you get in. I can't stress this enough. I've told this story to so many friends in an effort to try and get them to lock their car doors, because you could just be sitting at a stop sign, you could be at a red light, daytime, nighttime, you could just be parked in a parking lot like I was, and someone could come up and get in your car, drag you out of your car. The possibilities, like, I'm not trying to be negative, I'm just trying to be real. So, so important. So please lock your car doors. Think of your safety. Even if it feels dumb, I always say better safe than dead. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below if you want to see more story time videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Lately we've been not working out together when we go.
Where you go with a mask I found. And I feel when the dogs begin to smell her. Well, she smell a